All right, boys. In today's video, we are going to be starting Showcase Sundays. So every Sunday, I'm going to drop a showcase on a unit that I previously have not showcased. So if we go into my unit list, I have plenty of units. Plenty of them I have not made showcases on. So we also have the Awoken units if we ever get to those. And maybe there's a couple Awoken units you guys want to see me do showcases on. And we're going to get through them. Every Sunday, I'm going to do a showcase on a new unit that I have not done before. And just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll definitely make that video. But today's video is going to be on Kirisame because he is coming to the Forever Summons very, very soon. So with all of these showcase videos, I'm going to start by going over their kit, going over what equips are good on them, what crests are good on them, looking at their animations, and then we're going to put them into a couple fights and test them, really see how good they are. So here we have Kirisame. Very, very good taunt tank. His skill increases arts gauge by 30, reduces enemies burn res by 30% for 8 seconds. Burn res will come in handy a little bit later. 30 arts is pretty nice. Arts, 70% chance of burning enemy, so comes in handy a little bit later. We'll go over those, how they work well together once we get to his passives. And then true art, main thing here is it's going to activate third eye for 3 minutes, okay? You will rarely use this for the cover unless you really, really need to get the true art, and maybe you start with the true art and then you're like, oh, I really need the shield right now. Then you'll use his true art, but most of the time you're going to use his super art. He just super art spams. So covers all allies and negates damage taken for a total of 50,000 for 40 seconds and restores up to 2 damage taken up effects during third eye. That right there is insane. To my knowledge, there's only 2 units that can do that. It's him and Frieren. And what that means is sometimes the boss will inflict you with a damage taken up debuff that basically gets rid of some of your DR, and Kirisame can just get rid of it. So that's really, really nice. And if we look at his passives, there's even more DR in here. So really nice right here. Arts gauge 50 up when the quest starts. Then we have King's Descent, activates when True Third Eye, or activates True Third Eye if a human ally is present, and physical damage taken 20% down during True Third Eye. So if you have another human on the team, you're just going to get 20% physical DR passively. Super nice. Then we have Fires of War, damage taken 30% down during Third Eye or True Third Eye, damage taken from burning enemy 20% down. So there's that burning. So if you use his skill and then his art, you can burn the enemy and then you get a 20% DR. So real quick to just go over his kit. He is offering a 50,000 barrier with not 30, not 50, but 70% DR. That's insane. This man has so much passive DR and a massive barrier, and the damage taken up restores. It's crazy. The whole kit together, he is definitely the tankiest tank in Grand Summoners. If the boss does not have Shield Killer and you can get this set up quick enough, he is diabolical. He is so tanky. And now we're going to go over his equips and his crests. So for the equips, obviously GC equips. We can take a look at them real quick, what I'm talking about. If we go to Fusion, we go to Fusion equips, Specialize, not even Specialize. This one right here is the one that I'm using right now. Main thing right here is Truth of Eternity. This is all you have to do. Get a Truth of Eternity. This will be the best in slot for almost all of your taunt tanks. It's so busted. We go to Specialize. We'll go to 5-star Fire Physical. And this will be the one that I have on Kirisame. It's just arts gauge up, and then it has the Truth of Eternity passive. So now we go back to our Kirisame, and you can see right here in his passives, those 2 equips are giving him 40% more DR when he's near death. And then right here we have Fenrir Gauntlets, which is giving him 10% more. You could make another 4-star defense with Truth of Eternity in Grand Crusade, and then you could have 3 of these and have 60% passive DR. And then obviously best in slot crest, Truth of Eternity. This is the best in slot crest for any taunt tank. It's so busted. And then I actually have crit res on him. Crit res, it works if the boss is going to crit you, but depending on how good your Truth of Eternity equips are, equipment CT is probably best in slot here. And that's really it for building him. You're going to want those Truth of Eternity equips. But if you can't get them, Fenrir's Gauntlet is probably the best normal equip. And then his true weapon is pretty good. So take a quick look at his true weapon. 5-star defense, favorited. It is right here. True Garuda. So it's going to give him damage up and damage taken 20% down. My issue with it is it's only 20% DR for 10 seconds on a 40-second cooldown. So I don't really like it that much, but it is going to give him paralysis and freeze res. So that is always super nice on your taunt tank. So I would say if the boss is going to freeze you or paralyze you, definitely use his true weapon, because just having that passive flinch res is so nice. And then the physical weapon I would recommend on him, if you're not going to get a GC equip, is right here, True Joy Use. So ignores enemies' defense by 50% and reduces own damage from enemy by 30%. So this is giving whoever's using it 30% DR for 8 seconds. And it's going to give 10% DR when near death. So playing even more into that DR passive, that's just a great equip to get on any taunt tank, and you can get that with tickets, so you can get it for free pretty easily. So that's how I would build my Kirisame. But now we're going to go over his animations, because I think they're pretty cool. Attack, just swinging the sword. Skill, kick, swing, swing, boom. Art, charges it up, does a little jab. True art, kick, swing, 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 boom. Super art, this one, he does a bunch of swings, kick, and a big dash, jab, sort of thing. They're all right. They're okay. Nothing too crazy. 5 out of 10, probably. And now we're going to test him out. So, with these showcase videos, I will most likely, in all of them, test on Titan Roy. I think that's just a pretty standard fight. It's a hard fight, good fight. It'll show you the capabilities of these units. So here is what we're going to be rocking with. On Kirisame, we have our Truth of Eternity equips, Fenrir Gauntlets, and I don't think I said this before, but in these showcase videos, I'm going to try my very best to show the absolute best version of these units, how good they can be, their ceiling. So that's why I'm using the toe equips. I understand that a lot of people might not have them, but these showcase videos are going to be showcasing how good these units can get. So that's why we're going to be using these toe equips. And then here we just have arch gen and damage dealing, but mainly we're focusing on Kirisame and his defensive capabilities. So we are going to throw in a little bit of cheese right here. All right, and as you can see, I got Iris Change of Pace on Young Emp, just because it's not that crazy of a defense equip. We're mainly focusing on just using Kirisame for defense. It's pretty much just going to be so we can get everyone to 10k HP for Friren's extra buffs at 10k HP. Just so we can just like get there immediately. So everybody's getting 8 arts instead of 6. And we're going to start by getting a Kirisame super art just to get his barrier up. And now we're going to get his true art, so then he has his true third eye up. Okay, and now we just got to get back to another super art, because he did take a big chunk of damage there, but he should be fine here. Yeah, as soon as he hits that HP threshold of near death, he just no longer takes damage. It's kind of disgusting. Okay, but we really do need to get another super art. Honestly, we're just going to true art with him to get a little bit of a barrier up. But once he's behind that barrier and he's under 50% HP, he's like, he can't die. He has so much DR, it's insane. But the healing from Index, it keeps bringing him over that threshold. It's kind of, it might end up to him dying. But no, it's not. He's too tanky. Okay. He just decides Roy's not going to do any damage. Like, watch his shield bar right here. It just stays purple. Roy isn't doing any damage to him. He literally does not care. And this should be the end of the fight. Yeah. Like, he just has so much DR, it's gross. Especially with this build with these toe equips. He's not dying when he's behind his barrier. So, let's see. Obviously, he's not going to do that much damage. And damage taken doesn't really, you know, it doesn't count the shield damage taken. It just counts the health damage taken. I think they should change that, but whatever. There's not really much to look at there. I mean, you saw it. He was not taking damage. Once he got to low HP and he's behind that barrier, he's not dying. So now we're going to do one more fight just to really showcase him. I think this is probably the best fight to showcase him in. It's going to be another chapter fight. Chapter 25, the Ring of Time. This is Fongyan, who is an extremely difficult boss. And I think Kirisame might be his biggest counter. Like, if you're going up against Fongyan in a fight, Kirisame is a great unit to have. So, don't forget light cheese. And here we go. So, in this fight, you need Chloe's Eye Service. This is definitely the best equip to have in this fight. It's just going to have an 80% chance of bleeding the enemy. This is the only equip in the game that will proc a bleed without having a bleed on already. So, there we got our bleed, and now we just play the game. Because otherwise, you would need to bring a unit that has bleed, and that's just annoying. So, we're just cooking without it. Okay, we're going to start with a Hoka Super Art. Another Okarun Super Art, or True Art. And then Phantom Bullet right away into the Hoka True Art. And we're going to save... Never mind, we're not going to save the Golden Ball. Okay, let's get that up. Okay, really got to get his super art up before we all die. And that should be good. Not quite enough, but this will definitely do it. Okay, now we're at Gate of Kairos. And you can just watch his HP bar down here. It's not going to go down. I mean, it might go down a little bit, but it's staying there. His shield bar is not going anywhere. So it just got to purple, and we just refresh it right away. It doesn't even matter. Okay, and we need to get... This is the most annoying part about this fight. It's just, he's going to feint your units for longer depending on how much damage they dealt. So you got to try to get 2 damage dealers who do the same amount of damage. Okay, Kirisame got to low HP, so now he's just not going to die. You can do some absolutely silly things with Kirisame. I love using him. I got him, I think, when he came out, and I've been using him since. He's such a good taunt tank. Come on, HK Roy, can you please get unfainted? Dark Ray, let's watch. Change color, 1 shade. Nothing too serious. There we go. We'll save the insect staff. Need to refresh our crit res. We're going to save Chloe's Eye Service. Okay, and refresh his barrier one more time. And hit another True Art, Super Art. Hopefully I can get another Super Art off with Hoka so we can build up more Arch Gen while we're fainted. Perfect. And now we should be completely fine through this Gate of Kairos. And, you know, 0, 0, 0, 0. Bro does not take damage. And got it right back up. Let's just do a True Art. And then we get an Okarun Super Art and win the game. Oh no, the Chloe's Eye service didn't work. We're going to be in this game a little bit longer than I thought. We need to wait for that to refresh, and then we'll be able to use it again. Okay, this right here should definitely kill. And there we go. Bye-bye, Endless. This is the hardest thing to survive in the game, is Endless. I swear. And let's watch Kirisame absolutely just do it with ease. So, watch his shield. He is now at 1 HP. Perfect. You can see the whole shield bar. Sit back, take a look at it. And... oh, it's doing a little bit of damage. Okay. Okay, he died. But the rest of the team survived. So it doesn't really matter. That is one of the hardest attacks to survive in the game, if not the hardest. Endless is such an evil thing. So 20 million with Okaroon, 14 million with Roy, 2 million with Kirisame. Damage taken, Kirisame took 78,000 damage through his shield. So yeah, the boy is tanky. He is very tanky. And that right there is probably the only attack in the game that will kill him. Honestly, nothing else should even hurt him. But yeah, that's it for Kirisame. He is an absolute monster when it comes to taunt tank. Probably the tankiest unit in the game. And he's going to be in Forever Summon soon, so make sure you grab him. He will be free and amazing. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. The link is in my channel description. And yeah, that's it. See ya.